glad to have you with us from Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Coach Marcus Freeman told me before the game, this wide receiver has been unstoppable all season. He will be a huge part of their game plan today. The quarterback might be young, but they have put some things into their offensive game plan to make sure they're able to get the ball to their star player. He's been tearing up defenses all season long. Reese?
Appreciate that, Holly. So Notre Dame's offense will take the field first. And here comes the typically reliable Jordan Faison. He is a guy who is reliable and can be dangerous if he gets a chance.
And man, this guy is fun to watch. You do not want to take a bathroom break, sit in your seat when this offense has the ball, because at any point in time, this receiver can make the unbelievable highlight catch, David. His catch radius is as good as there is in all of college football. He has an unbelievable ability to just reel it in, and we just expect it to happen today.
It's just a knack, and it's almost like every weekend you're going through social media, like, where's the clip, right? Like, because he just makes these clips that most humans don't make, whether it's one hand, whether it's two hand, whether he's guarded or not. Like, he just has this unbelievable knack of playmaking, and we will see it today at some point in the ballgame.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
Finds his man on the RPO. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Carr on play action. Unloads to the wideout. Looking for the goal line. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. This is a designed run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Well, they wanted to turn the page after losing their last game, so how about you come out in this one? On the opening drive, you march the field 75 yards and put 6 on the board. You can't start a game better than that.
And he knocked that one right down the middle.
Notre Dame 7, North Carolina 0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So North Carolina's offense will now get its first chance with the football. Onto the field comes Billy Edwards. Made his way here through the portal from Wisconsin. And what a matchup it's going to be, because Leonard Moore is one of the top cover guys in all of college football. They'll run it. There he goes. Made a defender miss. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Maybe a miscommunication. That one didn't have a chance. Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this to vault their way into the rankings.
And it's just amazing winning a game like this, what it can do for your program, right? Recruiting, your confidence. Everything is better when you've got the number beside your name. And, David, one of these two teams is going to get that number if they pull out the win.
No doubt, and you continue to start the season off and build, right? Because you started with preseason, and you start with getting into the year, and now you're starting to build and build and build and build that momentum. Getting a win against a really good team, finding out who you are, can set the tone for your season.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. They're going to run it. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Second down, going to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Third and long right here. A little release to the back. They'll pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30. The Tar Heels, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a first and goal. Run in the red zone, it's Hall. Forges ahead for 1 to the 8-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Working that left side now. Touchdown, UNC! A great catch and run for 6. The extra point here would tie the game. And he puts through the extra point. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy time and time again trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Domer wide receivers and Tim Brown, who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day, and all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it, and I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet
makes the catch, and he's free. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. Play action, C.J. Carr. He finds a dead spot in the middle. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. If guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards. They've had the defense completely on their heels, and now they're all the way backed up against their own goal line.
The big fellas line up in a goal line defense. They're trying to slam it in. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Notre Dame 14, North Carolina 7.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Quick give. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Quarterback changing the play. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. They're working that left side. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
Fresh setter downs going to the air. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Man, teams that play cover one at an elite level have an elite guy in the middle of the field that he's playing zone, everybody else playing man, and he can cover so much ground. You watch him run, breaks on the football when he needs to, goes and makes the big interception.
Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Sees an alley. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Irish send out the punt unit. High and away, headed toward the sideline, just the way he drew it up. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Oh, a double pass. It's complete to the right. Finds some room. The 50, the 40, past the 20. And he scores! Touchdown, Tar Heels! Extra point here will tie the game. And he tacked on the extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. On the ground with the counter. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
Wide receiver going in motion. Going with the counter play here. Quick spin on the run. Breaks into the open. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout.
Well, Reese, the one guy's name you haven't called yet is this big fella tight end right here. He's one of the better ones that we see week in, week out. And finally, in the second quarter, they get him a completion. This has to keep going now for the offense. You got to keep looking his way. He's too big of a weapon to ignore. If they're going to win this game, he needs more touches.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. He'll keep it again on the option. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's Carr to throw. Turns it upfield. No chance to run, but still a good gain. The Irish come to the line facing 2nd and short. The give is to Williams. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Burrowing for yardage. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller.
Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. Ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as the result, the defense gets the INT.
Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. Finds his man. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. And the Tar Heels headed quickly to the line.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And with that last grab coming up just short of the sticks, plenty of options here on 2nd and short. Throws it back. Incomplete. That one batted away at the line of scrimmage.
Hey, even those balls that are thrown near the line of scrimmage, they're going to the running backs and to the tight ends. Those small passes can go for big gains. Great job getting the mitts up in the air and deflecting that football.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. It's complete on the right side. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. Obviously didn't like what he saw on first down, and they use a timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Fresh set of downs going up top. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
Here's C.J. Carr to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And not surprised at all, man. You force the turnover, great field position, and you get aggressive. You try to throw the football on the first play. This is that little fringe area, man. That 30 to 50-yard line, you got a lot of...
Throws toward the end zone. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country. Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Dumps it off in the flats. Turning it on. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
And, man, this dude has been a weapon early in this football game. They just keep finding him. And the matchups are a problem. You want to put a linebacker on him, he's too fast for him. Continues to make catches, continues to chew up yards. You might want to think about putting a safety on him or somebody with a little bit more speed.
Wow, you saw the speed of the defense there. They're trying to spit this football out to the running back on the perimeter. And how about the defense able to get to him quickly to bring him down for no gain?
Legal!
To the air, it's Edwards. Got a man, it's Ship.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
Gets it to the back. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. And the Tar Heels come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Snap it to the back. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Second down to the air. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
Such a nice job in pass protection. You got the corner route there to the tight end. It's going to take the big fella a little while to get to that area of the field, so you got to build a nice pocket for the quarterback to throw from. And all 5 guys up front doing their job individually, working together in tandem beautifully. That's what really allowed that play to work.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Out wide right, it's Thurman. Touchdown, North Carolina! They take the lead here in the second half. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
And
And Reese, this is the part of the field where the tight ends become such a big part, right? The big size. I'm going to isolate these guys, find a way to get good matchups. You could tell they did it there, and the result, 6 points.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Play action, Carr. He'll take a deep shot here. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, this passing attack was on fire last week. Quarterback threw multiple TDs, but they got brought back down to earth very quick in the first half of this game. So here they are now early in the third quarter. They're trying to get some of that mojo back, taking a shot. I like the aggressiveness.
He'll try to do it himself. Slides to the ground. He got away and picked up the first down on a 2nd and long. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Throwing, Carr. Caught. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Play fake, Carr. Looking to the big tight end. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Well, the timing on that throw and on the route was just convoluted and messed up from the beginning.
And you see quarterbacks and wide receivers in the offseason always working on timing and always working on throwing on air. But when you put a defense in front of them, now things start to speed up a little bit. A lot of times you'll see these little mistakes and where it looks like just they're not on the same page all the time.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Carr. Reels it in. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion, giving them a fresh set of downs. Hard running there. Knocked down immediately.
You know, you toss the ball to the running back to get him away from all the big boys, right? Like, stay away from the beef. Those guys get you on the ground with one meat hook. Do a good job tossing the ball in the perimeter. Goodness gracious. Has to break one tackle, just fighting as hard as he can to try to get positive yards, but too many guys coming after him too quickly.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Zings it complete to the right. Not going to get there. Not going to get close as he's brought down at the 30. It's 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. And there is a degree of difficulty with this one. A 47-yarder from the right hash. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the third. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So first down, we'll open up the final period. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, They're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. Takes the easy one to the back. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Dropping back, it's Edwards. Under pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
About 4 minutes left, and it has been an all-out battle. The winner very likely will find itself ranked next week. Complete on 3rd down. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
Around 4 minutes to play. Tight game here. Very likely a spot in the top 25 at stake. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Left side is Thurman. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And he's tackled, stopped at the 14. They'll move the chains. They've got a first down in the red zone. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They'll give it to him again. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long. Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The RPO, fire complete to the left. Touchdown, UNC! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point 4th quarter lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Notre Dame sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment. They've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I could see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. And the defense finally able to corral him at the 45. That will move the chain.
If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense and then throws it on time. Accurate throw, nice pitch and catch.
Here's Carr to throw. Makes the grab. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep him in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense. Coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown. But you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. C.J. Carr firing again. On target over the middle. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
He's not quite going to get there, and the try for two fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
They'll try the right side. Pass to 6. That'll be a first down, and the last one they'll need as they're going to get the victory in this one. The Irish use their third and final timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse